man who's making his prestige debut tonight as well. This new talent initiative has already given us some great prospects. Dominic Garrini was trained in Northeast Ohio by Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. An extensive background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a purple belt, Dominic was once ranked one of the top 10 best in the world in that discipline. Combining that with judo, mixed martial arts, and traditional professional wrestling, Dominic knows so many different ways to hurt you. He has trained with some of the best pro wrestlers. He's trained with some of the best UFC fighters. Dominic is well-rounded, he is dangerous, and he's earned the nickname the Bone Collector. We'll see how he fares tonight. Tom Lawlor, a legendary name in MMA in his own right, a dangerous man in his own right, comes in with a bit of a different tempo, a bit of a different mood than Dominic Garrini did, but Tom Lawlor, much like we just saw with Bull James a moment ago, Tom Lawlor feeds off of the passion and the energy of the Prestige Wrestling fans, and he is proud to represent this organization and these people as the Prestige Wrestling Champion, and what a fighting champion he has been. The wins over Simon Grimm and MV Young, Sonico, and certainly the matchup with Chris Dickinson at Prestige at the Roseland on pay-per-view this past fall. A knockout or submission matchup, much like we are seeing here tonight with Dominic Garrini and Tom Lawlor. Interesting question that'll be answered in this matchup. What will the relationship of Lawlor and Garrini outside of Prestige, what impact will that have, if any, on how they compete in the ring? Both men are staples of MLW on beIN Sports, Major League Wrestling. Dominic is part of Team Lawlor, Team Filthy, in that particular brand, and Lawlor's taken Garrini under his wing a bit. Helped train with him, helped mentor him, and how ironic would it be if Garrini trapping Lawlor very early, attempted a rear naked choke, now attempting a cross arm breaker, Lawlor the counter. I was going to say, how ironic would it be if the man that Lawlor's helped teach would be the one to knock him off for the Prestige Championship. Here tonight, Garrini can win the title and become the man in his debut. Much like Lawlor and Dickinson, you will see a hybrid style, as there's not much these men can't do. Lawlor looking for a leg pick. Garrini crosses his legs in an attempt to counter. He will not give up that leg for Lawlor to manipulate. Great defensive move by Garrini, who now traps the shoulders. And the referee, you heard him explain, there's no pin, there's no count here. Those shoulders trapped to the canvas will not do anything in the means of a count. They can do a lot for you in terms of developing leverage, maybe being able to mount your opponent. And you see that Kimura lock by Lawlor, and Garrini able to spin out of it and be in the dominant position. Whoever's on top of the other in this situation does have so much of an advantage, because so much of this matchup and this style depends on leverage and weight position. You see Lawlor with the knee grapevine, and Garrini back to that rear mount and that attempt at a rear naked choke, and trying to transition again into that arm breaker. I don't know if Garini's maybe sensed or scouted a weakness in Lawlor's game, but that seems to be the combo. Dominic thinks he can stop Tom Lawlor here in let's face it, this is Tom Lawlor's backyard. This is where Tom Lawlor has built a reputation, much like MLW, much like MMA, but Lawlor's the man here. He forearms his way free from the grip of Garrini, and I say that because Lawlor's got a home field advantage as well. not just geographically, but certainly the support of these fans, who many are seeing Dominic Garrini for the first time. And I know Dominic Garrini is tough as nails, and he could beat Tom Lawlor here tonight. And I think many of these fans are realizing that slowly as this matchup progresses. As Lawlor ties up Garrini, you can see how tight the legs and the feet around the throat, the neck, and putting pressure on the carotid artery of Garrini were. And you can hear the respect these fans have for the state of the art. And Prestige Wrestling brings you all styles, all shapes, all sizes, all backgrounds. And may the best survive. Lawlor on top a moment ago. Garrini switches into the chancel. And Lawlor went to the ropes for a break. I'd say smart defensive maneuver. It allows Lawlor to get out of that the grip of Garrini without exerting any extra unneeded energy. Sometimes people look at rope breaks as maybe a sign of fear or cowardice, but in that particular instance, that was good defensive wrestling. Because now Lawlor, in a dominant position over Garrini, he's looking for the cross arm breaker. He's looking to pull back on that arm. And down with a counter. Bone Collector looking to extend that arm, maybe hyperextend that elbow. You see Lawlor the counter. See how tightly. You almost see the white knuckles of Lawlor there, because there's so much pressure on his grip to keep Garrini from pulling those arms away from each other. If Garrini has that arm freed, he could break it, he could pop the elbow, he could separate his shoulder. Garrini could do a lot of damage there. And you see Lawlor looking at the thigh muscle with that round kick. Garrini was in a defensive position on his back and now hits out of nowhere a dragon suplex. Now a gut-wrench salto style, almost into a doctor bomb. And Garrini, hard forearm to the side. And now Garrini's looking for a count out here. If Tom Lawlor cannot answer the 10 count, this matchup is over and Dominic Garrini becomes the new Prestige Wrestling Champion. Lawlor could lose his championship without even being awake to realize it. Crowd chanting for Filthy Tom. Certainly a sentimental favorite. You notice Garrini comes into this battle barefoot and is placing those kicks perfectly. Some people will forego boots for the sake of mobility and just comfort. And Lawlor, with a spear takedown, Garrini was going for a wind-up, but he was not able to execute. You hear this crowd once again supporting their champion. And Garrini on the receiving end of an ankle lock. That's a submission. Garini's been in that kind of a defensive position on his back, maybe a bit too long, because Lawlor found a way to maneuver into something else. Now check this out. Roll through in a normal match, you can attempt a pin combination, but here back to the ankle. There must be a tap out or a knockout for a victory. Smart. Dominic used his free leg to lower his trapped leg. Lawlor lost his leverage, and Garrini comes back with a strike that dazes Lawlor. Doesn't knock him out, but at least gives Garrini a bit of a reprieve here, a bit of a moment to shake the cobwebs. Open hand, just palm strike and a high knee. I was going to say Lawlor was waiting for Garrini, but maybe the other way around. Garrini taking his time to get up on purpose, and now Lawlor hits the bone of the knee of the Bone Collector on the way down. The count now starts all over. Lawlor looking around. Almost, I don't know if he's looking for Dominic or maybe a rope to help himself to his feet or what, but either way, I think Lawlor's been rocked. The champion's in danger. And Garrini looking for a suplex. Lawlor's fighting on instinct, but he's still fighting. Oh, that high back kick. Caught Garrini right in the side of the face, right around the mandible. Lawlor sets Dominic up, and certainly this position is a stray away from the MMA style, but those knee strikes certainly continue to look very, very familiar from the Tom Lawlor playbook. Quick slide to build some momentum. And back with another strike that, and Dominic, all he can do is just get away, get out of this defenseless position. But Lawlor not going to let him. Superplex. Beautifully done, both men. The worst for wear from open Lawlor. Never let go of the suplex, never let go of the head and neck. And into that guillotine choke. The crowd wants Garrini to tap. Dom looking for his footing, but he's fading. Dominic Garrini is fading, but he was able to break the body scissors and come back with a brainbuster. And Garrini attempt at least 3, if not more, at the cross arm breaker, but Lawlor immediately goes to the counter. And again, notice how tightly the arms, the hands are clasped together on Filthy Tom. That's the only thing that may be saving him. Oh, Garrini got the grip broken free. Garini's done enough damage to break the grip. But Lawlor grips Garrini, deadlifts him with a German suplex. Dominic Garrini has been dropped, and Lawlor wants a count. Garini's not knocked out, but I think Lawlor needs this 6 or 7 seconds to snap himself back in the game. High kick knocked himself down instead of Garrini. Lawlor's equilibrium's not there, and that's going to affect the impact he's getting out of these strikes. Lined up in a miss, and a back elbow by Garrini. Lawlor's dazed. Once more German release suplex. We could be moments away from a new Prestige champion, biggest upset in Prestige history. The Gotch pile driver. And I don't think Garrini got all of it. And what he did get, Lawlor's feeling no pain. Open hand shots right around the collarbone. Those palm strikes, sometimes they can be deadlier than a punch, more dangerous. And Lawlor with a T-bone suplex. And Garrini to his feet. Lawlor's getting more and more behind those shots, but Garrini responds in kind. Jeez. This is what the Prestige Championship means to both these men. And it's Lawlor who drops Garrini. Lawlor even aiming for the temple of Dominic there. Looking for a knockout blow, and again, Dominic stirring. He's not knocked out, but he still has to answer the count. Garrini. The sledge, the Polish hammer-like maneuver. Lawlor back to those round kicks. Down the body of Garrini. Olympic slam, nicely done. Again, not a knockout, not a tap out here, but Lawlor from there. Got that arm straight jacketed. He's trying to package Garrini. Oh! An overhead suplex. Garrini lands high and tight, and he may hit the back of his head. He may be out. And the referee's calling it. The referee has made the decision. The referee has made the decision that Dominic Garrini cannot defend himself any longer. He must have smacked the back of his head off the canvas. That tight package suplex